Everyone have an experience right here, right now, of what we're going to be talking about in just a second. So it has a lot to do with rhythm and music and harmony and all that, but I just want to go with clapping. So I want everyone to start clapping. Everyone have an experience right here, right now, of what we're going to be talking about in just a second. So it has a lot to do with rhythm and music and harmony and all that, but I just want to go with clapping. So I want everyone to start clapping. Get the energy going. Let's go a little faster. Just feel it flow, feel the flow. Get the body opened up. Let's get a little noise going. All right, thank you. Doesn't that feel good? I know I feel a lot better from that.
I definitely felt a lot of work in my thyroid area, my right jaw, and my left foot that I've been waking up with basically it being a crippled foot.
Definitely some like tingling in like the third eye area.
I think when you put on the oil, like I calm down.
I feel amazing. I've taken so many deep breaths.
All right, everybody. Welcome. I'm Dr. Kevin Jarina, and I am coming from a different location today. I am checking a few things, so bear with me. Thank you for tuning in. We're talking about the bioelectric nature of the universe and how electricity moves through your body. You think about the electrical cord. Think about putting your finger in a socket, putting a piece of metal in the socket. Think about lightning strikes. Think about shocking somebody when you rub your feet on carpet at certain times of the year. What is that about? What's going on in your body? What's happening? So stay tuned. We're going to talk about that. But at first, I want to make sure I can come in clear when Dr. George, my counterpart on Synergy Solutions here, joins us. Sometimes he runs a few minutes behind because he's helping clients just prior to this event. And it's an interesting day of time and synchronicities. And, well, thanks for tuning in. So let me share this around. Yep, it's working. You guys can hear me. So let me pull the chat up. Let me know where you're at. Let me know what is going on. I'm going to put something up on, I don't know what that's happened for you. Excuse me if I started showing my stuff. Let's take a look here. What I got for you. All right. So this is the website called synergysolutionsessions.com. I'm going to pull up the chat here and drop the link in there. People can get access. Of course, there is the QR code. Although I do have some challenge with QR codes too. This is a discussion point. But nonetheless, I'm going to drop this in the chat. That's me being hyper vigilant on security, safety of QR codes. There's a conversation to be had there. With that being said, here we are. I got the chat about to be dropped in here. So make a comment about quantum. Make a comment about the concepts of remote healing, bioelectrical nature of life, mother's intuition, that phenomena. That's what we're talking about. Oh, I see the chat. So here's the link. Boom, synergysolutionsessions.com. The www. Yes, the www is still in it. I got to dig into the tech a little bit and get a few updates or security features, but nonetheless, check it out. So, cancel that. So what we got here in this talk that I was showing you, let me see if I can do something to talk over it. Everyone have an experience. I'm going to put it on mute. And I'll tell you what's going on the screen here. This is in 2019, I believe. Yes. I presented at what is called a Corin Specific Technique Conference, and I was turning them on to a few concepts. And in the whole video, you can see the whole presentation online on my YouTube channel. Just search my name, Dr. Kevin Jurina, Gyurina, and you can find this in the KST section. I'm going to pull it up right now and grab that link. You know what? I'll do that somewhere else. I know where to do that. Real easy. So this is one of the people that there's a few people that joined me in the early days that were simply experiencing it. They were clients of mine, and they wanted to. I invited them to try it out because they were into the natural healing side of things, and they had interesting experiences. And I'm going to play it again. And, on the left-hand side, there's another little video going on of me doing different things. I'll bring you back here. Let's see if that makes a change. Excuse me. The screens are showing. And so on my YouTube channel, there's a number of videos I've been collecting for many years. I got into posting things online pretty early. And there's a lot there, in my opinion. There's a fair amount there. And I'm talking about synergy solutions here, so let me pull that part of my channel up. And I'll drop the link in. Though this is where we teach and go over the concepts of how we can connect from a distance. There's real data there. There's real science there. There's people studying it, but it's outside of the mainstream conversation of pharmaceutical, allopathic, mechanistic healthcare. And those words are used purposefully because there is concepts of life that, here's the introductory seminar, that when we look at ourselves, when we zoom out and look at the human body, relate those principles of nature. And this has been the study of all things holistic, all things natural, all things alternative, all things complementary, depending on what word we want to use to categorize these practices. Let's see, is the film working? Stream coming through, the live still happen. Here is the full video. Yes. Excuse me, I'm texting and not talking, and I'm having perhaps some bad, less than poor, not poor etiquette, but, I want to have a good presentation. Here's the full video of the original share in the KST seminar. And there we are. So with that being said, it wires a couple concepts together about how this can work, and there's professionals out there studying it, and there's reference material out there providing it. And we can demonstrate this very wonderfully. And in the inner circle, so to speak, of those who study this material, those who have been around and are considered in the advanced groups, and then there's wonderful techniques that are having more and more published data and accepted journals. Yeah, people know it, people feel it, people experience it, the changes. That's what's wonderful. I invite you to check it out. We're running it's been ongoing for a couple years. Let's see if I can pull this up. Got that going. Again, there's the website. I don't know if I can interact with it right now. Let's see. I can. Let's go down the website. You can see that same video right here. To hit the play button, and it'll give you more of what we just saw. But each week, Dr. George and we hop on, and we've had up to 8 or 9, and now we're making it happen again, where we're reconnecting with new healers, inviting them on. They're getting excited, and so this is the first group of professionals we were aligned with for quite some time. And now the offer is still the same, where we go weekly live sessions. It's we have all these value points, right? These are all the value points that we provide, uh, essentially letting you know what this is at. You know, if I was an individual professional working on individual, I have a rate of $300 an hour. That's the truth. And to fill my day up provides me an income. And as I fill my day up, that's great. But not everyone has that ability. Yet people want to experience these healing modalities and have resources to do it. And as we've been brought into learning to work with technology and connect in new ways, as we've been through different levels of separation, what is the value of connecting with those that are working on holistic health and quantum healing and energy healing and frequency healing and whatever that entails? So what is that value working one-on-one with someone on a weekly basis? Now, we also have peer support. We have memberships group, or we have a chat group. You know, we share fun stories and get to know each other better and better. And some places it's active and some places it's not so active. There's a members area where I've been building content and all kinds of things that build to this and have additional trainings and education. And I include access to that. I want people to have skill sets to work on themselves. And of course, we have almost 5 years of this. And there's so much content. And that's where I am finding the right people to align to help put that content out to the world in better, simpler ways for me, but also have this like internet dojo, which I do have some of it already built and ready for use, and it is being used now more to the world out there, so to speak. So this is the protocols and practices, how to release the hidden interference in one's body, one's mind, one's biofield. Balance and strength. Let me talk to you here. So yes, this feels of who we are. There's levels of interference, and when there's interference, we feel those symptoms. Yet those symptoms aren't to be run away from or separated from. They're to acknowledged and dove into. And we look at all these natural systems from Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic, the meridian system, acupuncture, chiropractic, the central nervous system, the mechanics of the bony system, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles, the fascia people, the myofascia, the organs, the lymph, the biochemistry, the toxins, spirituality component, the consciousness component. All this is wired into what it is to be a human and a mind and a body and living in this life. And in the politics and the community and the food and the industry and all these things. We are in an ecosystem of reality. How does this all work together? How do we process all that? My goodness. So that's kind of my rant, yet my truth. Yet what I see is this multidimensional, complicated challenge. And one of my gifts in life for those that have looked into human design is my design. I have these grand abilities to envision, to see these moving parts. It's kind of my natural gift. Yet there's an alignment required where my detriment, where essentially my weak points, my blind spots need support from good community, people wanting the services and offers and ideas. And so this is one of the things I was able to do and build and grow during the time of lockdowns and shutdowns and separations, to connect, to be in great communication, to maintain that mental integrity, to be on purpose and be on fire. And that's what many people were missing, was that fire and that purpose, that mission, that vision. And I offer that to you. And I don't want to tell you what that is for you, though what we do is help you reveal yourself so that you can be you. And that is where the life is. That is where the spark of life gets transferred, the smile gets passed on, that open the door, the next person opens the door, and it's just this wonderful thing. If you're on the East Coast and you've been to a Wawa, you know what I'm talking about. When people open the doors, it's just this wonderful culture that happens there. People are polite. It's revolutionary. So I want to talk more about how do we unlock and unwind these tensions and these pressures. Well, there's multi-modes that synergize together, but when we do it together as communities, it's more powerful. That's the story of the Belgian draft horse. Let's see if I can get the right screen up here. I don't know what happened. So, excuse me. Oh, I know what happened. Here we are. So, We're still talking about the result of this is balance and strength and agility of your body, mind, and being to process, adapt, and be resilient to the ever-changing environment. That literally is what it is. That's what we're doing. And there is a price point because there is operational costs. We also like to eat and pay our bills and do good things in this world and take care of oneself. So $11 a week essentially. And that the $3 extra are for the taxes, so to speak. Learning there's more taxes. And you get 2 months complimentary when you sign up for the year. And so when you sign up and you join, you also get other content that I've created and other people have worked with me to create. So I put together early on 3 key sessions that we recorded and put them into a spot where you get it in your inbox and you get the gift. And it's valued at $147. That's complimentary. And then I wrote a book, and then I created an ebook with some more additional content that's complimentary. I want everyone to get. I think it's a gift of life. It's a right of life to know some of these things are inherently built into our own body. Our own fingertips are this healing power, or I'll say this, balancing power within our own body. How to activate that. And I call it, let's go back to the right screen here. I call it Decode Your Pain. Let's get my mouse right. There it is. How to make sense of your symptoms and start living your best life. I wonder if I can zoom in on that somehow for you. You want to zoom in a little somehow, see if we can get it bigger somehow? No. There's a better way. I'll find out later. But decoding your pain, how to make sense of your symptoms, start living your best life. Literally, your body is telling you, is talking to you all the time. It's signaling you, and pain is that signal. Yes, there's mechanical breakdown, there's joint issues, inflammation. Yes, there's toxins and bacteria and viruses and funguses. Welcome to being human in this time, day, and age. Yet there's this game of that's the external world putting too much pressures and tensions all over your body. There's a term. It's called allostatic load. And that is a single phrase that denotes all possible stressors that anyone can break up in any conversation that is contained. Puts tension and pressure on you, and your body and your system and your mind and your will have to adapt and respond. And some people have certain abilities to adapt in certain areas better than others. And it's a game of optimizing that ability to adapt in your physical body, in your mental body, in your emotional body, in your spiritual body, and all these different topics of what it is to be a human being. And when there's disharmony, when there's interference, when there's stress, when there's toxins, when there's pollution, when there's lack of proper function, well, then there's breakdown. And we have a name for that breakdown, and it's some disease state or illness that you've been told that you have or think that you have. Yet at the same time, there's a simple way of looking at it. If we zoom out and look at you like nature, there's something polluting the system and something's not working or not getting what it needs to work that results in this negative or unwanted experience. Or it's reached the end of its proper use of life cycle and now it's time to shift and transform its power and form into a new form or a better form. And so we know the system works above down and inside out. And from outside to in and to up. It's this constant, interesting cycle, ongoing, ever seemingly ongoing. And so we dive deep into the science and the literature and the conversations and the philosophy. And so I have all these gifts. I want people to know. To me, helping people learn themselves and knowing themselves is a wise statement declared many years ago. Know thyself. How to make sense of your symptoms and start living your best life. By learning the secret language of the mind, body, communication, you can align your life and use pain to your advantage. That learning the secret, that ebook, it's a couple chapters. I valued it at $17, and I want to give it to you. Well, I ask people though, what's the value of knowing how to work on yourself? A quantum consciousness upgrade. The byproduct of the tools I teach is an upgrade so you can work on yourself. One of the analogies I like to share to my fellow practitioners is the the samurai needs to know how to mend the wound on the field. And so all the farmers and preppers and people that are into longevity get that concept. Can you handle yourself? Can you manage yourself? Can you take care of yourself? And there's different ways of doing that. But when there's an injury of a physical body part that's not broken, that doesn't require immediate life-saving surgery, what do you do in that situation? I agree. There's components. Yes, there's components that require. Good comment. Components that require outside leverage, outside help. Yes. And two or more gather in thy name, there I am. That's on the business card. So, what is the intention of those two that get together? What are the tools they're using? One of the best analogies I like to make in the holistic healing circle is relating it to food and restaurants. And if you go to name your fast food pizza restaurant, you kind of know what you're going to get. If you go to your fast food burger restaurant, you're going to know what you're going to get. They do a great job franchising and branding and letting you know what you're going to get, but you maybe not know what you're getting. You can also go to a higher end restaurant that maybe is nationwide, that has a different price point, maybe 10 or 15 times the price point of your average meal at, say, McDonald's or a Pizza Hut or a Little Caesars or a Wendy's, or even so then you go to like a Panera Bread, or name some mid-grade restaurants, name some high-end restaurants, and name some single restaurants, say Bobby Shea's, and then name some restaurants you find in different cities that are just only one location that are higher end. You might be paying $400, $800, depending on how many people are there, $1,500, $2,000 for a meal. What? That's the food component. There's so much more than life than just food, but food is integral. So what am I getting at? What's the value of care? That's a conversation. That's why I have my television show, Unwinding Stress. That's a new endeavor. We're now in season 2, episode 43 is coming up. We've been farming out. People can make their choices. They can get different opinions. But pharma represents a synthetic chemical that's imitating nature to stop something from occurring in your body. Granted, you can feel better. Granted, you can separate yourself from the pain. But what's the purpose of the pain? What's going on to cause that need for the pill, for the surgery? Can those things be handled in a different way? I saw a great meme the other day. No, doc, I don't want any of that food or exercise or fresh air or light. Just give me the medication. How many prescriptions do I need? How many times has that been said out there? I don't know if anyone said that out there. And what about this conversation of using energy, frequency, vibration concepts for healing? We're already using them for healing. That's X-ray and MRI and EKG. However, there's an early and limited base technology, even functional MRI, CAT scans. These are early adoptions of technology that involve energy, frequency, vibration concepts. Yet there's way more interesting technologies that have no harmful effects or much less harmful effects. If you have too many X-rays or too many MRIs, my God, have you looked into that? What happens to somebody who gets that done to them? What's happening when we get all these tests and scans and all these waves running through these atoms and molecules that make up our systems and our glands and our organs and our tissues in our body. What does, if you remember your chemistry class and your biology class, think about water for a second. H2O. How does the hydrogen and oxygen stick together? What is causing those things to stay together? And when those things formulate enough, you have the water molecule. Well, how does the water we drink go into our body and be used the right way? It must get handled somehow. The signaling, the receptors. What is going on there? Oh, some type of electromagnetic chemical, biochemical system combination. So there's communication of these frequencies, different frequencies that are measurable now and known. This is not new. This is like 60, 70, 80, maybe probably longer. I know about 80 years, but I think there's longer. It's knowledge being known. And then we have, accessing the quantum realm of healing. There's all kinds of interesting technique names out there. But which ones get clinical, verifiable, repeatable results? That's interesting conversation. So what I'm getting at is the Western thinking and Western sciences can measure the effects of nature changing. So when somebody eats some candy, they measure the effect the body has from eating that candy. When we get a phone call that's great news. The body gets through all these changes because of the excitement and the joy and the anticipation. What does that do to the blood? What does that do to the body? What does it do to the chemicals? What does it do to the cells, to the signaling? What does it do to the immune system? What does it do to the hormone systems? What does it do to the digestive systems? All these things are known. But the synergy, the look at it all at one time, the synergy. So stacking concepts, stacking ideas, stacking sciences. And that has been wonderfully studied since the 70s. Thank you, Dr. Candace Pert, the best book on the market, Molecules of Emotion. And I reference that material all the time. So I invite you to come on in, take a look at the website, $11 a week basically, $12 a week basically. See what other people have said in the past about their experiences. Today's session was absolutely amazing and came at a perfect time. Before the healing started with the group of chiropractors from around the world, I wrote in and requested emotional healing and asked to receive calm rather than healing my sore hip, which I have had in past weeks. Dr. Kevin relayed my request to the others and got a solid confirmation back that this would be addressed in the remote healing session. There's more. There's a comment back. She had an electrical feeling for a long time. I thanked her for sharing. Very welcome, she said. Words are sincere and true. We are blessed to have you in our lives. I guess I got to click the see more button. I forgot to do that. So I ask you to go to the session, to the website and check it out yourself. Here's another one I can be better. Wow, I'm noticing that over the past several weeks, I'm feeling all kinds of better. Expanded would be a good descriptor. Supplements since June, hard training, but that happens every year. Feeling really dialed in and powerful on the mountain bike. More positive about the future too. Synergy Sessions works. Thank you, Dr. Kevin, for what you're creating. All right, here's another one. Hi, Dr. Kevin team. I just finished your videos as I am here at rehab with my father. I have already given Papa a Reiki session followed by drumming music, and then it hit me to watch the video here with Papa as he slept. Excuse me. At the same time, I felt a comforting swirling around my heart. My father let out a huge breath, like a sigh of relief. No longer feel like I'm fighting for my life, and my anxiety has calmed down a considerable amount. Thank you, Dr. Kevin. Pull that one up for everybody to read right there. I was reading that last one. So the effects are felt. We can tell you, we can show you the research and data where to look. That's outside of anything I've ever done. Other people have already done this work. I'm just sharing it and put it together in a great program. We've been doing it for 5 years. and fun things happen. So level up and upgrade your life with weekly live remote quantum healing and a team of holistic physicians and professionals. Join in, and you can check out more about the website, the offer, what we do, how does it work. Reach out to me personally. That's me, Dr. Kevin. I wrote that book, How to Code Your Pain. And there's the ebook for you, complimentary. Check it out for a month. Unsubscribe. No charges, no fees, anything like that. Stay for 5, stay for 2, stay for 16, stay for 5 years. We're going to be doing this because it keeps... I tell you what, I'm going to keep on doing it. Because when Dr. George and I get together, it is some of the most beautiful times and experiences that we have. Wonderful magic, wonderful time. And when the other doctors join us, it is even more powerful, more felt. And when there's people participating, it is a great experience. Together in the name, there I am. More and more and more. Blessings, best regards of Dr. Kevin. Peace. Well, figured out. I don't know what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen.